That was very loud in my ear. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Geeks Forever podcast. I am your host, the one, the only, the most chaotic panelist and podcast host in all of Texas, coming to a convention near you per maybe Anime Texas, maybe Onicon, maybe Etchy Expo, maybe TasumiCon, maybe Anime Frontier, maybe IkiCon, UshiCon. Who knows? We'll see. All right. Joining me is no one because I am solo today. Sonic will probably be joining me later today, and the voice of God herself, Dick Puss, will probably be. We honestly, I don't know if either one of them's joining, but I am here. Let's make this happen. We're talking about uh, pretty much we're covering a part 3 of what's going on with this incident. Like I said before in Thursday's stream, if you did watch Thursday, I will let you know once again that we are not talking about, we're not going to say Homeboy's name. We're not going to say their name. We're going to refrain from that. So if you know, you know. If you don't, check the Discord because it could be on there for sure. All right, let me go ahead and copy this link and send it out. All right, just needed to go ahead and share the link to the story. All right, so this is a regular podcast episode, so I do have to cover what we normally cover. So let's go ahead and cover the skinny. That's right. Nothing, no particular movies came out this weekend, at least none that I give a shit about. So when is Beetlejuice coming? That's next month, right? Yeah. Um, we are still going to do a special and on San Japan. It just doesn't feel like right now is the time. I will say this. The subject of the matter is this, and I want to kind of get this out of the way. So the dickhead that we were talking about will possibly be at San Japan. So there's a rumor going around that people close to this individual that this person had plans to go to San Japan, and then all of that was ruined after everything came to light. After everything came, people came forward, people opened up, people ruined his plans for San Japan. Therefore, they were no longer going to go. Unfortunately, there's also a rumor circulating that they are planning on still going to San Japan. They're just going to cover up, wear a mask, make sure they're fully covered. They don't have anyone to stay with at the convention, so I guess they had plans to stay with somebody, a group of friends, maybe. I don't know I don't know like the plans for sure. I just know that they were going to stay with somebody, and we kind of ruined that for them. So you know, good for us. We ruined that shit for them. Fuck them. Um, yeah, like I said, it's a little bit harder to host a podcast when I'm alone, solo. But um, so that is for okay. So San Japan is next weekend. For those of you that don't, no, it's this weekend, right? When is San Japan? San Japan's this weekend. I don't know. My shit got waitlisted, so I really don't give a fuck about them. And here's the thing: San Japan is catering to VTubers because they have like a new sponsor, a new company they just signed a contract with, and so they invited a shit ton of VTubers. And I think Anime New York. I don't know what the name of the convention is. They had a shit ton of VTubers too, and the convention, like the congoers, the people that like to go to panels, didn't like that. So yeah, San Japan has a ton of VTubers. I have beef with San Japan, but we are saving that subject for another day. But let me know in the comment section, when is San Japan? Because I have no clue, no idea, nothing, nada. Don't give two shits about San Japan anymore. I'm willing to burn that bridge. So, like I said, we'll probably save that episode for. I mean, we might do a Thursday podcast this week or a Thursday podcast next week. Definitely gonna podcast. We're gonna do more podcasts from now on, especially after everything that's happened. Um, right now, we're talking about. I'm not gonna say his name. If you know, you know. If you don't, check the Discord. So it's about the person individual that's being. So they're not being accused. I mean, accusations are one thing, but they actually admitted it. It is this weekend coming up. Oh, I figured as much. I really don't give a shit. But it's important that everybody knows that whenever you go to a convention, you need to stay safe. Buddy system. Let your roommates know where you are, where you're going at all times. Maybe take somebody with you to the parties. Don't accept fucking drinks from strangers, please. That's fucking stupid. Don't do that. Don't do that shit because I mean this isn't what happened though. The incident started when dickhead was sharing a room with one of our guests. We're not going to say their name, but we're going to call him OP number one. So OP1 made a post about sharing a room with a said individual, and said individual decided to try. Well, okay, said individual kissed OP. Can somebody come up with a good nickname for dickhead? We'll say we'll call him Ace. So Ace kissed OP1 and then tried to do things to him, like stick their hand down their pants, stick their hand down OP's pants, and it's horrible, right? And OP was asleep. OP was drinking, and they went back to their hotel room to get some rest. And this individual decided to take it upon themselves to try to do something, and it just didn't end well, right? And then it made the whole like this person. So Ace was like up. So according to somebody that rode to the convention in the car with Ace, Ace was like in a bad mood, upset. Like afterwards, the car ride home, they're like, oh, like something bad happened, yada yada yada. The person they were riding with wanted to know what happened. They kind of kept it to themselves. And then on within the week, so we did our review of colossalcon. So remember, this has nothing to do with colossalcon itself. This didn't happen in the convention. I mean, it happened at the resort, but not on the con floor. So the con couldn't have prevented it or stopped it, right? So this has nothing to do with the convention. There's no point in like putting the blame on them or like pointing fingers at them because there's nothing they could have done. It was in a private hotel room. There's only so much power the convention actually has. If this had happened in the con floor, like one of the incidents happened in the con floor of Comic Palooza, which I hope somebody like emailed them. I have not gotten a chance to email them. I've been messaging the victims every day, sending them like I'm making sure they're okay. I sent them a motivational, says that I'm proud of you for coming this far, for having strength to do what you did, stuff like that. Yeah, he did commit sexual assault. We can say that. And it's not just like the sexual assault was bad, right? So this person, so OP1 came forward, and so a second OP came forward and said that he started texting them, getting weird, saying all kinds of things, like wanting to meet up. He was texting and getting flirty, and this person was 15 years old, and it's I don't even know where to begin with this shit because this is a 15-year-old. Like I've seen people get like weird with, and flirty with like somebody that's their age, and I don't know, like that's just another subject for another day. But with a 15-year-old, this guy was 22 at the time, mind you. Uh, we know his age. So OP number two and OP number one both came on the show. Thursday they came on the show to talk. Then a third OP who actually was physically sexually assaulted by Ace came forward. And this person was younger than OP number two, who was 15. And we talked about this Thursday. All there's more victims, by the way. There's more people that had interactions with this guy. There's more people that have confrontations with this guy. This guy got weird with a lot of people. He got obsessive. He bragged. He brags about his body count, which I don't understand. Like that's kind of gross, actually. You think about it, like, oh my god, I like this person was talking about sleeping with like, well, I made out with like two people in my hotel room and slept with one. I'm like, didn't like weren't and he had a bunch of alcohol in his hotel room, which is not good because in this hotel room there were a lot of people under the age of 21, and that is not good. So we there was a post made today, which is why we did our subject change. And if anybody would like to come on and talk, let me know. You can private message me on Instagram. This is a little easier to do with a co-host, somebody to communicate, talk with, instead of just me running. Because I'm a panelist, I can talk in front of a crowd like of 100 people, 12 people, 5 people, 200 people, 1,000 people. But I have to feed off the energy of the crowd. With a podcast, it's not the same because I can't see anybody. But I do want to go over this post real quick. I do apologize for the way the size of it. Let me see if I can uh, edit it real quick and see if I can make it a tad bit smaller. That way I can see it a little bit better. All right, cool. All right, I did fix it. So now I even took off the poster's name so you can see it a tad bit better. But all right, let me see. So somebody commented on this post. This was posted on Instagram. So one of the OPs, OP number two, posted this. It was pretty much an ask me anything, and this person pretty much like went on. This is what they said: while I don't approve of an adult taking advantage or talking to minors inappropriately, playing devil's advocate here. How old is Ace? What were these traumatic responses to grooming allegations? If you're going public about it, be specific with details. You said this has been going on for a year. Did you never think to document any of this? Photos, videos, proof? While I take your word with the benefit of the doubt, did they ever put their hands on you, touch you? Was it just verbal while people called them weird? Doesn't mean they are a bad person. We all are a little weird. I just like to see both sides of the story to get a full picture. You have to think from their perspective. Did you ever do something that led them to believe that these acts were okay? Did you ever consent or say it's fine? Maybe feeding into their bad habits, which should have never happened. How did you meet? I would say you need to start from the beginning to talk about everything that happened instead of just being vague. I'm sorry if it's been hard to come out, and I'm not downplaying your situation at all. What you did provide does show a lot, but a lot of those comments doesn't come off as malicious. If you did cheap wig commissions, also your screenshots are very biased. Show us all the logs. Can't pick and choose what they made you feel uncomfortable if you never spoke up. Um so Yeah, sorry if I read that a little fast, but yeah, that is pretty much. I don't even know how to respond to that shit. Um, this is crap. This is bullshit. Like this whole situation. The fact that they're like today's episode is about the defenders of the individual. Like there are people legitimately still defending this dickhead, and I don't get it. I don't get it. Like it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Somebody please make this make sense because this is some bullshit. Like why? Oh, what's both sides of the story, sir? This person sexually assaulted a minor. There are no. There's only. It doesn't matter. What do you mean by let on? What the fuck does that even mean? Like it doesn't fucking matter. They're a fucking minor. Get over your fucking self. Like, what you want to defend this person? Like, here's the thing. This person admitted that they sexually assaulted OP number one, who was around their age. This person was 22. OP number one was 20, around the same age, and they admitted it. They admitted they tried to weave a yarn. They tried to spin a yarn, and it didn't fucking work in their favor because they were trying to gather sympathy from their fucking followers before OP came forward with the post and like roasted this mother. And then so I've seen it happen before. People do it all the time. Right now, I know a lot of people that are just they go online, they make live streams, they post bullshit, and they try to fucking look like the good guy, like, oh, I'm the victim here, I'm the victim here. And then you find out the truth that they're a piece of shit. You know what fucking pisses me off? It's the fucking people in this community that say the stupid crap like 17 is the age of consent. I have seen a lot of people in their mid 20s, late 20s say that crap. They say stupid shit like that. Who says stupid shit like that? Seriously, who the fuck is out there thinking, oh well, age is the 17 is the age of consent? Like, no, that's not how that works. First off, that says more about you than anything else. Like, who the hell is out there thinking that this is like a good idea? It's fucking gross, people. It is fucking gross to think that everyone knows somebody that has said that shit. And everyone that's joined our Discord, by the way, thank you so much. At some point, if you're watching, thank you. You guys are fucking fantastic. Y'all roasted the shit out of this dude. Fuck this guy. I don't care what anybody says about this guy. Fuck him because he's a piece of shit. Like, I don't care. He's a piece of crap, and people will fucking defend him, and I don't give a shit. Like, people defend John Lay all the time for his crap. His crap. Like, look, John's not a good person. I fucking hate. Me and John got beat, but John has never done this shit before. You can say what you want about the owner of Anime Matsuri, but he's never done crap like this, at least not to my knowledge. When like you don't have to admit that you know somebody that's done this crap, but we all know somebody that's done this shit. Like that's at least said that crap. Like the whole age of consent thing, which is fucking gross. It's fucking gross, guys. It's not cool at all. And like last week, we had a great lineup, like lined up. We were gonna interview a friend of mine who goes by Sailor Swole or Swoller Swoller. Like she's a bodybuilder. She works out and everything. She's a friend of mine. We met at Colossal, and they're gonna come on the show to promote their event, which I did go to this past weekend. I it was a rave party at a gym. and it was great. It was fantastic. I had fun. Like I went to go work out, and now I'm sore. And I found out, like a lot of my friends found out that I just don't like. I'm actually really strong. Like, and so like, anyways, I'm sorry. I'm getting off topic. This is, and I'm just kind of baffled at the fact that there are individuals out there that, despite all the evidence, despite all the proof, despite him actually admitting to the assault, they still want both sides of the story. Well, you got both sides. They admitted to it, and somebody posted in the Discord because we have. I'm looking at Discord chats, and I'm going to address some chats right now. The podcast did turn to quite the roast. Steffi, it's okay. I think you don't really know much about the subject, so I don't know if yeah, it's fine. You don't have to rush or anything. It's dude is a terrible person to do this, and those who defend him that are just as bad as that person who did it. That I have to agree. It's pretty bad. Sneeko popularized this whole age of consent nonsense. Lots of self-reporting happened on Twitter after him, and you put moist critical had okay. That's the name of the person had their debate. So we have some comments saying age is not just a number; it's the law. The age of consent is not 15; it's 17. The law is the law. Anything else is fucked up. The age of consent of 17 was created to protect individuals in school, our teenagers that are dating within teenagers. Because don't forget, 18 and 19 are still considered teenagers, right? So it's like a 3-year consent thing. Like, is it even right? You do realize that if you tried to do anything with a 17-year-old, the parents could get pissed off and still have your ass thrown in jail. Like, not I'm not talking back to the person that posted, right? I'm just saying because there are a lot of people that do say that shit, and they're like mid 20s, late 20s. I know someone who's a. I don't have the proof to prove they said what they said, right? I just kind of have to bite my tongue and just say like, oh yeah, they definitely said this shit. So I can't say who they are, but I definitely know someone who did say that shit. One other person was a teacher who got outed as a groomer, who got lost their job, lost their teaching license, and now they're pretty much shunned from the fucking community. They said that same shit. So a lot of people say that shit. There are a couple of like popular cosplayers who I know that say that shit. And I need to start like I didn't think to record it because they just said it randomly out of the blue. Like just nonchalantly, like, oh yeah, 17 is the age of consent. I'm like, what? No, no, that's not how the fuck that works. First off, bleh. See, laws are different each state, by the way. Yeah, it's true. Like laws are different each state, each country, but in this, I mean, can you really like no? Like, I don't care what the fucking law says. It's just not right. It's just wrong. It's messed up. Like this is a fucking child. Like this is a fucking child. Why are you saying this shit? Like I don't care if they're 18. 18 is still a fucking child. Like your brain is not fully developed until you're 25. That's why a lot of people in the NFL are now older now. They don't just allow like you play. You see another more comments. Still fucked up. Anyway, yeah, it's true. I think they're commenting on the Discord and watching the show at the same time. Thanks for by the way. If you haven't joined the Discord, make sure you join so you can get all the so you can see everything that we're talking about. I do know that a defender of this individual joined our Discord. I don't know who you are. I do know you're in there and you're like ready to pounce to like report everything to this to Ace, this asshole that did all this shit, who now feels like they are shunned from the community forever, which is true by the way. You are. So, fuck you. And the person that's kind of in our Discord right now, kind of reporting everything that they see and hear and find and everything, like fuck you too. I don't give a fuck. if you know that I said fuck you, right? I'm supposed to stop cussing, guys. I'm not supposed to cuss anymore. If we want sponsors, I would love a sponsor. Like, I need a sponsor, but I'm not going to hold back for this subject. Because why? Because it has to be said. These people need to know that, hey, we know. We fucking know because people sold you out. And it's crazy, like, to think that we didn't start off at like this. We weren't the uh Chomo reporting channel or the con reviewing channel. Like, that's not how we started off. We were a shit talking podcast. We talk shit about a lot of things, and now we like report shit that happens in the community, like, and we report on conventions and report like reviews and conventions que son scandalosos porque hacen tonterías. Like, people forgot what the owner of San Japan said, and now he's back in power, and they just deleted that fucking tweet, and people want to turn a blind eye because it's an anime convention, right? Just like Anime Matsuri, which is bullshit. Well, anyways, not trying to get off topic, but it's fucking. I remember someone saying if pedos and predators can go lower than the age of consent, they will. They already do. That's why they're pedos and predators. This is the kind of bullshit that we're dealing with right now. It's fucking disheartening. Let me see. Okay, the fact that let me see. We got some comments. Oh, it's also like it's like he's 22 and should be going out with people 18 up to 21 and up. Adults, yeah, that makes sense. He's 22, an 18-year-old. Him dating an 18-year-old would make a lot of sense. I agree. He thinks that dating, yeah, because 18 and 22 is like only 4 years, right? That's okay. 19, they can definitely date older people, not just younger people. Like, you can date older people. People, it's the thing. Uh, agree. He thinks that dating older people is damaged goods. Yeah, you know what? Some people believe that shit, and it's not. It's not the case. Uh, okay, I read that one about the laws. This one's still fucked up. The only time I see a big age gap is when both parties are full grown adults older than 25, like he said, when the brain is fully developed. That's true. Well, I don't know. Some people, I know some 30-year-olds like date 21, like 21-year-olds. I don't know how you feel about that. Let me know what you feel about what you think about that. So there's that age gap. I think it's, to me, as long as they are not 18, 19, 20, it's like, it's, if you're both consenting adults, it's one thing. There could be a whole argument made to the whole situation. But that's neither here nor there. We're not here to like debate that. Uh, that's a red flag of a predator, and most women have stayed away from him. Someone told me once if oh yeah, uh, once if a predator goes after teens, they can't stand their own age group. I don't think it's that they can't stand it. I think some people feel like it's, so this is based off of like observation. It feels like some people do that, like, just because it's like, oh, okay, I can't impress anyone my age. Like, so if, like, teens are much more impressionable, I guess is the word. Sorry if I said the wrong word or if I said it wrong. But it feels like the teens are a little bit easier to impress. This is not what I think. This is according to what some people say, or will kind of allude. They'll kind of like make a point of saying indirectly. So could it just be like, oh, okay, well, they're easier to manipulate, so that's why they do it? I feel like that is possibly one of the reasons why. I don't know for sure. Uh, I think I know that teacher. Okay, so that was those are comments from the Discord. Let me read comments from the chat. I think I know the teacher. Sadly, I know like this when I grew up. There are so many people like uh someone Matthew McConaughey's character from Dazed and Confused. Yeah, I just saw that. movie like a few months back, and that's where that whole reference. I get the reference that they use in Family Guy now, so I get it, and that was kind of fucked up. Also, in Waiting, Ryan Reynolds' character was gonna mess around with that 17-year-old, and she was not like legal. So yeah, like obviously the actress was legal, but the character was not, and that's the whole point. Like of that, they were trying to like make him seem like he should have been on a list, which yeah, if you've seen Waiting, yeah, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Let me see. What else we got? Comments. Remember seeing. Okay. I remember someone saying if pedos. Oh yeah, I did read that one earlier. If pedos could go lower the age consent, they would. Uh, Ace must think he's Leonardo DiCaprio trying to date people half his age. Yeah, unfortunately, that's really bad. I I can't date someone under 28 or so with my age. Anything younger, I could have a daughter their age if it was any bigger of an idiot. If I was any bigger of an idiot in high school, bro, can you private message me how old you are? Because I thought I was older than you. Because like 28 to me, that's just like 7 years. Age. Some people make the argument that age is just a number, and that is very much the case if the individual is like if you're in your like if you're 35 and they're 25 and you both connect and you're both on a mature level, right? There you connect on a spiritual level and you're both mature, you're both consenting adults. That's one thing. But this is a 22-year-old that sexually assaulted a 14-year-old, tried to groom a 15-year-old, and then sexually assaulted another 22-year-old. And then they have talked to several minors. They have had alcohol in their room with minors. That is not cool. That is not cool. I don't care what anybody fucking says. Don't defend this piece of shit because like why do you have alcohol in a room like filled with a bunch of 18-year-olds or maybe younger than 18? Remember 20 and 21 20, 19 and 18 are considered minors when it comes to alcohol, but this person could have had younger in the room, which is messed up. Like what the hell are you thinking? Who is this person and what the hell is their problem? What the hell are they thinking? What the fuck is going through their mind? And then they want to cry and talk about, oh, I'm being outed from the community. I'm gonna like this person is threatened to take their own life. They use the whole they use mental health as a way to make themselves seem vulnerable because they want what is the nurse, what is the thing called when the person falls in love with like their patient or something like that. Anyway, so like it's the whole getting somebody to want to fix them, like, oh my god, you're hurt, you're this, you're that, and then the person tries to fix them and they fall in love with them in the process or do stuff for them in the process, and that's what they want. They want that shit, and that shit is not fucking cool. Sorry, texting to a responder. I have no, like I said, I got no co-host today. Sonic is out and about doing what Sonic does, and Dankapus is going through some stuff as well. So I have to be here to maintain the consistency. It's called Stockholm Syndrome, basically the plot to Beauty and the Beast. Is it? No, that's kidnapping. It was like a Nightingale. It was called Nightingale, something reverse Nightingale, something like that, right? Where the nurse falls in love with their patient, the person they're treating. It's Stockholm Syndrome is when you're being held captive and you fall in love with your captor. Like he's not holding them captive; he's playing a victim, and they are trying to trying to fix him, heal him, mend the broken heart, and at the same time okay, we also have it's a savior complex. The savior complex is if he were the savior saving them and they fall in love with him because he's their savior. But yeah, kind of close. Yeah, we're trying to figure out what it's called. If you think about it, Alpha Bro is purity culture on crack. Wait, what are they talking about? Okay. I guess I gotta start from the beginning because there's a whole bunch of shit like that. Okay, what does that sound? Why does that sound like purity culture? This is from earlier. My main thing, honestly, is that he should be dating who have already graduated high school and are at least drinking. It's shitty because he's only like a year or two older than me and some of the junior members in this group. Right. So like it's also the hypocrisy of this. He would expose people who would do that. And when he was doing the exact same thing. Yeah, that's a fair point. Like this person would go out and attack individuals that were doing this exact same thing. And yet this person themselves were doing it as well. They like to do that to bring attention away from them. Bro, is he projecting LARPing law and LARPing law and order SVU? Probably. I also blame these alpha males for encouraging these sickos to go teens, scumbags. Who wait? So okay. All right. Joining me is my co-host, the man with the plan, the Ayatollah of rock and roller. He runs the skinny. He's the Texas gaming hedgehog, and he will spin dash his way into your hearts, into your ears, and possibly maybe into your wallets. I don't know if you want to sponsor him. It's up to you. Joining me, Keyblade Sonic.
Hi, everybody. I know it's very serious topic, so I don't sound as joyful as I am. I know this like what's going on right now.
Yeah, I mean
Uh,
it's a serious topic, and
yeah,
but
I know
it's still
we're
a
trying
regular
to
show.
yeah, we're trying to especially lighten up a little bit. Especially after part two, it was kind of nice for her to light our guest to cheer up a bit, considering the circumstances with the our little certain channel in our Discord.
Yeah, that was interesting. To kind of share some context, by the way,
Mhm.
uh, Thursday was not planned. Wednesday and Thursday were not planned at all. Wednesday
Yeah.
happened so fast.
Hmm.
Thursday was not planned. We weren't going to go live at all until more people,
Yeah.
like so many people came
Yeah.
forward.
Which is understandable because there's a couple of people I knew who didn't know any about this. They were like, "Wait, is this real?" Like they were asking me questions about it. I'm like, "Yeah, this happened and a bunch of other stuff." And I was like, "Oh my god!" And then they were telling. So long story short, there were a couple of people who came forward, and it turns out they were the same people who contacted you. So yeah, I guess it's starting to spread a little bit. And we did gain a lot of followers, a lot of people in our Discord, a lot of viewers, a lot of subs. I know it's
I
kind
was
of
upset.
unfortunate. Yeah, it's kind of bittersweet in a way where it's like it's kind of unfortunate. This is how we kind of gain our audience in a way.
Yeah, because that's not how I wanted to gain my audience. I
Yeah.
want to do it organically, running the podcast. People come and listen. They like what we say. They like what we have to like
Yeah.
contribute, and they like they want to be on. We are a community podcast, right? That we don't
Mhm.
have sponsors. We don't charge anyone.
Yeah.
Like we lose money going to the cons and hosting parties and shit like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
Um.
no, just hold on. Sorry. I just want to add one more thing
Yeah.
because it's related to Thursday. So
Hmm.
Thursday was so unplanned, bro.
Hmm.
Like only one of the victims wanted to be on the show, and then halfway through the show, the others joined out
They
of
wanted
that.
to. Yeah. I guess in a way it was like the best way to describe it's like breaking the ice in a way.
It only takes one. It takes somebody to that actually that's a really good way of putting it. It only takes one to pave the way for the rest.
Mm-hmm.
And like we are part of this community. We deal with people that make shit up all the time. And I'm not saying that these victims made anything up, right?
Yeah.
But normally we have to take things with on both sides of the story.
Grain of salt and all that.
But like I saw the screenshots, I saw the evidence, I saw the text
Mm-hmm.
messages, I
Yeah.
saw the phone number.
Yeah.
I even ran. So there's a way to run somebody's You can run somebody's back. You can do a background check on anybody,
Yeah, exactly. You can.
and the phone number in the screenshots is registered to this individual.
Mhm. And yeah, so in the as we're talking about this right now, someone in the comments section says someone is asking you to check your DMs. So I think they're referring to you, Goku.
Which one?
Yeah, just let us know for Yamariitsu49. Let us know, so we could respond to that. In the comments, we still like what you have to say, but it couldn't be helped with the situation that found its way to you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
that's a
I
good way to
mean,
say it.
thank you for that. That makes me feel a lot better.
Mhm.
But okay, let me go ahead and check my. Okay, it's my Instagram. Okay, so we got an anonymous message.
Okay. And to this person, this anonymous message, will you give us permission to, uh,
No, they
read?
did. I gotta
Okay.
read. I gotta proofread. I'm proofreading it before I start reading. All right,
Okay.
I think it's high time I say where I am at. I am on this. This is the first and the last time I will ever speak of this, as to be completely honest. I don't wish to be involved further than what I am saying now. I believe uh I not 100%, as again we haven't spoken a while now,
Mhm.
but I am the friend that victim number 2 is referring to in their post. And while okay, the post that I shared
Mhm.
right now that I read. And while personally I have very mixed feelings about them calling me that, most of that I wish to handle personally, if ever. This is in response to your story, the story that we shared the screenshot of. I can attest that a lot of the reason you don't share screenshots is one, because they involve me. I was a part of that, and I am thankful that they are at least respect me enough to keep me out of it, because we are not on good terms. And again, I don't really wish to be involved with my name. I don't and would really speak on this any further after this, but I can attest to this. What they are saying is 100% true. You don't need us, like, so don't think just the last part.
Yeah, it's
So
a.
yeah, so they're saying that based on like talking to all the victims, based on what they've seen, based on what they've heard, based off of the research, based off of testimonies, right?
Yeah, testimony.
Testimonies itself. We this is all 100% true.
Hmm. So basically, legitimacy, basic confirmation.
Hmm. Pretty much. Uh, to read some of the more discords, no, for real, more than likely, it's disgusting. To be honest, if you think about it, the alpha bro is purity culture on crack. Okay, so this is kind of like ranting. It's
Yeah, which is understandable because it kind of, in a way, it kind of like connects back to this whole situation in a way. Especially in the comment sections, like when you mention alphas, it says alpha males. You mean the skinny dogs that look like a small dog?
right. Let me see. I don't think people understand that this person, like, bro, they want, like, this person still might go to San Japan. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, that's the thing, and it's like I think what I'm feeling. I have this weird feeling, and this is not like I'm gonna like say, oh, this will happen. It's just this could likely happen. They could likely just try to like keep a low profile. People thinking they won't know, but then I don't know if this person does show up at San Japan, they could be exposed or ousted or something like that.
I don't think they will, because if they're covered up, how are you going to know it's them?
Right, that's what I'm saying. They're probably going to keep a low profile.
Yep.
I
They
mean,
will definitely fly under the radar.
yeah, because there was a couple. I mean, we did bring it up. You did bring it up in part two, right? About another person that we had a chance to come to the show and address themselves, and they did not want to do that. Yeah, they were like in a mask, they were being covered and all that stuff, and you wouldn't know it until like they like unmasked themselves.
Oh, yeah, we did talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
we even invited them onto the show so we could like
An
figure out
opportunity to
what
speak up. Yeah.
to like talk, not to defend them or like
Mhm.
praise them or like be their fucking friend or anything. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Basically, just give them a platform to like speak up their opportunity and like here address what is going on. And basically, that's basically it.
Kind of like what we're doing for Ministry of Otaku. For those of you that don't know, Ministry of Otaku is the person that was in a video booing a Tifa cosplayer who had a sign that says fetishizing
It's
Lolita
no,
Lolly.
Lolita equals Lolita. No, it's not
So
Lolita.
it's
It's
Lolicon.
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 Lolicon equals pedophilia. That's what it said.
Yes, because Lolita and Lolicon are distinctively different.
Yeah, they're different. So it's the sign said lolicon equals pedophilia, and I'm sure it's been spread all over Twitter. Even 2 years later, that infamous video of him basically trying to like, in a way, try to get the cosplayer's attention, and the cosplayer didn't want to give them the attention.
Right. So we have this individual coming onto the show. What is like people have a split opinion on the lolly thing.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely have my opinion, and you know, I definitely don't agree with that individual on that particular subject.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, it's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. I'm sorry if anybody gets upset with me. I apologize. If that's what you like, that's fine. But like, there's two different types of that, right? There with lolly, it's someone that appears young and then somebody that actually is young.
Mm.
And like, we
Yeah,
did some digging into it.
yeah. There's a lot of debates about it. There's people like, oh well, she has a body of a 13-year-old, but she's actually like 2,000 years old.
Oh, and that makes it okay.
Yeah, there's like a lot of debate about that, and it's like, I don't know, it's just a big rabbit hole. You wouldn't want to go down there.
which is which will have its own podcast episode. Trust me, there's a lot of things we got to cover that will have its own podcast episode. And it's crazy to think that we, at one point, we were running out of shit to talk about on Mondays, just once a week. Okay, what are we going to talk about today? I don't know. I really have
Yeah.
no clue what we're going to talk about
Yeah,
today. But
it
now,
was no, but it's like, which is kind of funny, ironically, because like when we got back to this podcast, you started basically we made this an everyday thing. We actually like we're repeating some of the same topics at one point, but now it's like, yeah, like you agree. There's at one point we weren't having anything to talk about, but now there's a lot more. I feel like it's like a what's the best way to say it? A refresh in a way.
in a way, I know we repeat some of the topics over and over and over, but we kind of have to gain awareness to the situation at hand.
Yeah, but but like on certain topics, I'm sure that there are certain topics that we have to like raise awareness, but there's some where I was like, okay, we kind of didn't really need to talk about this hundreds of times.
Right, exactly. Like Matsuri, why the hell do we have to cover them
Yeah,
every
we have to bring up Matsuri. At this point, it's like, okay, people are starting to get aware of it. It's people are starting to figure it out themselves that this concept that Matsuri sucks and all that stuff. And and also the topic of like, oh, nice guys, and I'm like, okay, we talked about this several times already. Like but no, it's like I said, yeah, I mean, to raise awareness, it's completely understandable.
Yeah, I mean, like now that's something being covered in the Queens of Cosplay
Mm-hmm.
podcast episode, which we now have a part 2 and possibly a part 3 because apparently got popular.
Episode 2, episode 3.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And actually, let me read the comment section here from
Yeah.
Sephi. Anytime someone calls themselves alpha, I automatically assume it's a furry thing. It's furry appropriation, especially those people that wear those cringe 3 Wolf Moon shirts. What's funny? I haven't not seen anybody wear that shirt in years. Do people still wear that?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I was saying, like, that used to be a thing that, like, what, 2010, 2011? I don't know anybody who wears that shirt.
Wait, what the hell?
What's up?
There's a picture of in the Discord. There's a picture of Peter Griffin, and it says, "I don't want to describe the picture, but look at it and like, what the hell is that referring to?"
Is it on? Oh, okay, okay. So there's that. I don't know if you guys know that meme where it's like Peter in the car and it has like the chart that says okay, not okay. If you know, you know. I don't know. Do you want me to provide context of the scene?
Yeah,
Like, do you know
yeah.
what you know what episode this is from?
I do know exactly what it's from, but I'm like referring like the context of it.
Okay, so
What?
the context is about San Japan and how they like approve
Oh, that's right. That's
yeah,
right.
exactly.
Because we did briefly talk about them, and I
Mm,
do have a part two to that statement that we just got.
okay.
So in the last one, it says you don't think to screenshot, and then it continues everything of someone. You give benefits of the doubt. Your response is anxiety, and if you ever know what the feeling of anxiety is, it is very, very not fun. It's true.
Mhm.
It is crippling and scary. I don't call myself a victim. I have not gone through what everyone else has in the slightest, but I was a witness in one of the stories. So I urge people to please stop questioning it. There's plenty enough proof with him running and tucking his tail to everyone. I wish you all nothing but healing and love. That is all. I'm on vacation and so I'm going to enjoy that. Take care. So there are a lot of people that were close to this person that are hurt. There are some people that are like, okay, why are you trying to cancel him? Like that's what they said. Do we have proof? Like, yes, there's proof. We've seen it. We've seen him. I've seen actual text messages from one of the victims where he is sexting them. That shit is gross, bro. Like, I read that Wednesday, and that's why I started like getting all like upset and like I was feeling sick and I felt like crap. I'm like, who the fuck does this? Okay, first off, let's just put it out there. People do that all the time, but they're consenting adults.
Mhm. Like, if you're gonna do it, at least like have permission from the person's like, hey, are you okay with it? I don't know, like, um, even if it means like signing a contract or something. Because there are people in relationships like, hell, do you consent to this? Okay, I want you to sign this form saying that you consent to doing this, or I don't know, something like that. It's protection, I guess.
No, I've heard that. I've heard that not couples, but I've heard people when they hook up, they sign like contracts. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, they probably like just to be safe. They're like, okay, here, this is consenting that legally you consented that we're okay doing this. In case they bring up a story or something like, no, you consent to this. We have legal document.
right.
um,
I mean, sexting with an individual around your age, some and consenting adult dog, the dog. Sorry, I'm eating my dinner while on the
con-
podcast, and my dog. I
sounds
didn't
very. That sounded very out of context.
like we're talking about
Consenting
consent.
with the dog. It's like
Like
what?
the dog, just because I have a lazy boy, right?
Yeah,
I work, and he'll jump on top of it
yeah.
and get all in my personal space when I'm eating food because I don't know what it is about dogs, and they act like they've never. Whenever you're eating food, they act like they've
They
never
beg.
seen. Yeah,
Yeah, they try to guilt trip you into giving you food.
yeah, he's over here guilt tripping me. Like he's never seen food before. Like his ass isn't overweight by like he's a 10-pound dog who weighs 15 pounds.
Yeah, it's like that SpongeBob meme. It was like Patrick's like, "You took my only food. Now I'm only going to starve."
Exactly. That's my dog being intrusive over here. Can I help you? We just talked about consent, and now you're in my face. Oh, I can't say no to him.
Yeah,
Here,
and in the comments it says alpha could also refer to programming, meaning anything in alpha isn't ready for the public. I don't know, dude. Most people think of alpha, they think they're like, oh, they think they're like the hot shit, even though when likely they probably aren't. It's like a thing where and this is my thing. I feel like anybody who says they're alpha are likely not
I don't
alpha.
understand the whole alpha.
Yeah,
No,
it's kind of like the I know it's kind of I don't know if it's a hot take or not, or I don't know if people think about. It's like when people talk about cancel culture, they rant about it, and I'm like, okay, the people who rant about cancel culture 9 times out of 10 have something against them that can get them canceled.
right? Yeah, the people. I was against cancel culture because of the fact I'm not against cancel culture. I was against some of it because of what happened to those two college football players.
Hmm.
Remember, like
Yeah, yeah,
they had their lives destroyed by that girl because she
cool.
lied,
Hmm.
and they went to jail. They their lives never recovered. They were never unbanned. They lost that time. They can never play again.
Yeah,
So talk about consent, bro. Jesus. Uh, but let's see. We also have some. Okay, they're talking about something. What? Okay, okay. I don't think I can read this. Off the Discord. Remember what happens in the Discord? Discord for the most part stays in the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, go ahead and do that. Honestly, this is like we have the proof, we have the evidence. People want to defend him. People want to be this person's friend. They don't want their life to be destroyed. Like, but how can you defend somebody that intentionally sexually assaulted a 14-year-old at
Mhm.
Comic Palooza this year? Sorry, I was addressing the audience.
No, which is understandable.
This was Comic Palooza in a family bathroom. What the actual fuck? I don't know. Like, no one knew where was security. Like, how did they get away with that? Uh, the fuck are they eating bath salts? I know.
Okay, so this is yeah. In case you, it's about an incident that happened a few years ago at San Japan.
San Japan's a whole different story. That's a whole different ball game.
Yeah,
San Japan is okay. The owner resigned from San Japan, and now he's still in charge. And they deleted the tweet. I don't know if you noticed.
yeah, they did. But you know, the internet once is in the internet. The internet never forgets.
Yeah, so we're still gonna do an episode on San Japan. I would rather my co-host not be here because if I'm gonna burn that bridge, I'm gonna burn that bridge. I don't want to burn it for anyone else that because you're allowed to go to cons. If I don't like the con, I'm not gonna stop you, right?
Right, right.
Like that's the Geeks Forever policy. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean I'm gonna stop you. Like, oh, I don't like Captain Potassium, but you know, if you want to be his dumbass friend, then you can be his dumbass friend, despite the fact that he kissed a 14-year-old.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah. I mean, also I can, yeah, it's understandable because, uh, you know, for example, there's like a lot of people who are telling me, say, "Hey, are you gonna go to this con? Are you gonna go to this con?" And I'm like, I mean, I'd like to, but I don't know what do they got? You know what I mean? Because I know SumiCon is happening. What is it like? The end of October, right?
Kasumi-con?
Yeah, SumiCon.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's not that new con. Like I don't know. Someone messaged me about it. They're asking me, like, "Oh, are you gonna go to this con?" I'm like,
Oh,
I don't know.
Kasumi-con is in October.
Yeah, it's like the 25th, 27th, right?
Yeah, it's the end of October. I still gotta submit our shit.
Yeah, I mean, because people ask me, like, "Are you gonna go?" I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be there that Saturday because the Sonic Symphony is happening that Saturday, and I'm probably
Which
gonna go.
you need to come on the show and review.
Yeah, which I will because I'm probably gonna go. And then Sonic Expo coming up too, and a lot of stuff is coming up. You know, especially
Onicon for me, which I did submit
OniCon.
panels.
Yeah, the Pinball Arcade Expo that's happening early October.
I'm gonna cosplay Super Mario to and I'll explain to you after the show why.
Is let me
Yeah,
guess.
it's just
I know exactly what you're talking about too.
yes. Uh yeah, we're gonna try to do both. And we have the Texas Renaissance Festival, which
Yeah,
I'm
Ren
buying
Fest.
the season camp the diamond patch, the diamond
Mhm.
pass, which is for camping and shit like that.
Yeah,
$800. I need a sponsor. Who wants to sponsor us?
yeah. Who wants to raise us money, and we'll provide services
We
at
just need
the.
like $20 a month. That's all.
Yeah, just send us like $20 a month. So in the comments section, it says here, SumiCon may be worth going to, but OniCon is the one I'm heading to. Yeah, a lot of people are going back to OniCon, which I haven't stepped foot in OniCon in like 5 years.
I think secretly, because I don't want to sound full of myself, but I think us having something to do with it might be the case.
Probably. I mean, it's understandable because I know there's people out
Tomorrow, I'm
there.
off to Dragon Con.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to Dragon Con.
Oh, by the way, I know we're talking about Ace, the asshole, the groomer, the sexual assailant, but I want to give a quick shout out to one of our friends who was in the hospital and had a broken vertebrae. What is their cosplay name?
We want to give a shout out to Almighty Cosplay. He's currently recovering from a injury that took place while he was working. It was a pretty scary injury. You know what I mean? We know he's thankfully he's getting better, but that was a big major accident, and we want to send our wish or hoping for a speedy recovery for Almighty Cosplay. He was previously a guest here in our show, and you've seen him at conventions all around. Great guy. Hopefully he's doing okay. Just a rough time for him right now, and praying and wish for a speedy recovery.
Yeah, Almighty Cosplay almost died. Let's not
Yeah.
sugarcoat that shit. Like they almost died because of negligence from the company they're working for.
And let's just say he's taking care, like he's talking to a lot of getting some legal advice, and just hoping that he gets a proper solution, a proper reasonable for him, and for it was kind of a shame that what happened to him.
And that's what we do, guys. Some of the chat didn't even know he was hurt.
Yeah. Like like we didn't know about it until while we were at colossalcon. I think it was like days before Colossal.
I was on my way to Colossal. They were
Yeah.
still in the hospital.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I talked to another famous cosplayer who's
Mhm.
not like famous, but people know him because he's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Sanji.
Yeah, Sanji. Basically, they work at the same place. So basically, they work in the pretty much the El Paso area. So that's where the injury occurred.
Not to bring up drama in the community, but despite what some people think about Sanji, I'm friends with Sanji, and I think Sanji's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a certain person out there who likes to spread lies, spread misinformation, and whenever they confront him about it, he runs away like a coward.
Like a bitch.
And if that person has an issue with it, they can come talk to me. But then again, I'll be waiting.
Yeah, if you know, it's insider.
Yeah, if
It's inside drama.
Yeah, if you know this person, you know who I'm talking about. I'm sure anybody out there knows exactly who I'm talking about.
But let's go ahead and address why. I don't understand why people are defending this guy, right? Why are people coming to his aid? Like he's misunderstood, like he's innocent, right? It's innocent until proven guilty, but there's evidence and he even admitted fault.
Yeah, that's what people don't see understand. That always annoy me. It was like, oh, innocent until proven guilty. He said it himself. I don't know, what other proof do you need? Do we have to like put it on a billboard or something?
Exactly. It's the same shit with John Lay. Like John Lay admitted his wrongdoing. The only difference between John and this individual is that when John did that stupid crap, everyone was of age, right? Everyone was at least like mid-20s.
Yeah. But this guy, however, did it with people underage.
This is the kind of person you would
not want to invite to like a fucking, I don't know, a birthday party or something.
Oh, I made a meme. It's an insider joke because at the time I've never liked Captain Potassium. I've always wanted to like deck him across the face. And we had heard rumors that he did that to that individual, the 14-year-old, but we didn't have any proof. We don't have any evidence. We didn't have any testimonies. We asked around and no one really knew anything about it. But like we knew because it sounded like his MO. And so we photoshopped his face on a meme, and it's a guy driving a white van that says free candy on the side. So that's what people need to do with Ace. Go make a meme with Ace where he's driving a van that says free candy on the side and post it in the Discord. Because y'all roasted the shit out of him last week. That was great. Like that was y'all, everyone that's watching this show, whether it's live or post show, I want you guys to just give yourselves a pat on the back, give yourself a round of applause, do something. Just say, because you like the roasting. I know we're not trying to make light of a situation, but the roasting actually made all three victims that were on the show feel much better about themselves. You
Hmm.
made them laugh, you made them smile, you made them feel good again. You guys, all of y'all, every single person that was in there sharing, commenting, just going off, you guys were able to put a smile back on their face. And that's not something that you should take for granted.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that right there is why we do what we do. Not for like the shit talking. I'm just a natural shit talker, right? The only difference is that when people talk shit to me, I'm gonna fucking throw hands. But and I don't like being violent. I really don't. I'm actually not that violent. But you guys came together, y'all created a voice, and y'all were literally helping them heal because that's something that you can't just heal from.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys did an amazing job. You guys are still in the Discord. We named the we changed the name of the Discord to Chomo roasting because it was called asshole picks and it kind of sends the wrong message.
Yeah, because people are gonna actually put actual asshole pics in there. We thought no, that's like an open season for that.
Yeah, I don't want to wake up
Nah,
and that's the first thing I see. No thanks. This isn't the
yeah,
boys.
just hit the boys. Yeah, but I wanted to also bring up that we mentioned this earlier about the whole innocent to prove it guilty, despite there's evidence of it. I can't tell you how many times I've seen it. Like they're like, "Oh, it's bullshit." What you said? Oh, about Matsuri, they did that. I'm like, dude, like we don't have to say anything. It's still there. He clearly said that this is true, and all that stuff. And in this situation with with this one, can we still call him by we could call him by his cosplayer name or
The the assailant, we call him Ace.
okay, yeah. So Ace over here pretty much like did all this stuff and pretty much admitted it. And it just blows me away that people still defend them. I'm like, dude, like, oh, it's fake and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, well, it doesn't affect you. You'll say all that, but when it happens to you or somebody closer to you, yeah, then you'll start crying foul and all that stuff. I don't know. I don't know. It didn't make any sense. Kind of sounded better in my head.
Hey, look, half the things I say don't make any sense. Messaging something.
My damn the damn Alexa next to me was like talking randomly.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
So, like we said, there's lots of stories and rumors. I'm messaging somebody that just sent me a message. Give me 1 second, guys.
Mhm.
To piss them off. All right, and I'm done. All right. So, no, seriously, guys, thank you so much. It means a lot, and we definitely appreciate every single one of y'all. Y'all, like, we gained a lot of followers. I was not too uh talking about. Sorry, guys. People are suddenly messaging me out of the blue all of a sudden.
It's okay.
All right. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of accusations going around. A lot of it's kind of hard to prove. A lot of it, some of it not true. A lot of it hard to prove. Some of it's he said, she said. There's a lot of details that are left out. There's a lot of things left out. And it's so difficult. But with this guy, we had him dead to rights. We had the screenshots. We saw all of it. We got his name, address, phone number. We are missing his mother's maiden name and his social security to take out a loan under this guy, which we wouldn't do that, right?
No,
The
don't do that. That's
community,
the doxing.
yeah, don't. We're not going to release this information, right? Because we don't want you guys to do something that you would regret. Honestly, none of us would regret what half of us are thinking, but I don't want anyone going to jail. Stay away from. Obviously, they're filing police reports. This Chomo is going to go to Chomo jail and get married to somebody's going to make Chomo their wife. Let's just put it like that. And that's if they're lucky.
Hmm.
That's if they get off lucky. If they get off lucky, they might get off on Chomo. But if Chomo's unlucky, they're going to be pushing up daisies. There's a reason why they have to separate those people from the main blocks.
And I hope the people, our audience, understands those references because it's going to be a long explanation for us. And I
Watch
don't think
Blood In, Blood Out. You'll understand.
there you go.
Somebody's going to get some chon chon or somebody's going to get dead.
Yeah.
I literally cannot explain it any better. Chon chon or death. Oh, Jesus Christ. This cellmate would want some chon chon. Oh, God. The comment sections are already coming in. His roommate would definitely want some chon chon. Like, and this is the thing, guys. It's not like we're doing this for attention, right? We want to do this because, like, they posted this. Like, people are asking, like, oh, are you sure? Are you making this up?
Yeah, the
This sounds
people are
fake.
there's already like doubters and all this stuff, and it's like, well, of course they'll say it. They'll defend naturally. They'll defend their friend and all that stuff. But then once more stuff comes out, and all the stuff comes out true, what will they say? You know?
No, dude. Like, as soon as I found out, like, Banana Peel was like guilty. Like, the minute I found out for sure the banana hammock was dead to rights, guilty, I threw that motherfucker under the bus.
Mhm.
Which I used to be like, I don't know if I was ever cool with this person. I don't know if me and Captain Potassium were ever like buddy. But I'll tell you one thing, like, I definitely had beef with that person for that situation. Like, why would you do that, bro?
Yeah,
Keep in mind, like,
because no excuse for that too.
right. Banana Peel was, and we keep calling this person banana references because we don't want to put we can't put their name out there in case somebody decides. Like, the reason why we stopped using real names is because when we did use real names, our podcast got used in a lawsuit. So we had to take down the episode, download the episode, and then send it out. I don't want to do that shit again.
Yeah, a bunch of complicated BS.
It really is because we have to take down the episode. And Banana Split obviously is a dick.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm running out of banana references, but so like this person like is an incel. They're legitimately like, it's not a figure of speech. They're literally a mouth breather who cried because they have the sense, like, they believe, and there's a lot of people in the community that believe this shit. If you're talking to a girl, like, if you are talking to her, not if you're talking like bonding, connecting, trying to build a relationship. No, if you are communicating with her and you're being nice to her
They're
and you
obligated.
buy her gifts, yes.
Yeah, supposedly they're obligated to date. Basically, the nice guy.
They're obligated to give him a chance.
Yeah, even though they don't have to.
I bought you these presents. You are now, milady, I bought you these presents. I'm trying to sound like that guy from the TikTok videos with the body pillows.
Oh, yeah. My lady, you are mine because I bought you this present, and I hope you please go out with me.
That's right.
Yeah, but which is kind of so this isn't against, like, Potassium. This is on, like, which is kind of ironic because wasn't he like at one point like he did a rant about cancel culture.
Yeah, he hated cancel culture. He went
Which
on
is
and
kind of ironic because this is why I said earlier about like how I feel like people who are against cancel culture 9 times out of 10 have something against them that will get them canceled. And well, further Exhibit A.
yeah, no, y'all should have heard Banana Pudding talk like for real, like well, I fucking hate cancel culture because I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're lucky to still have friends.
It's just the way you said that part. That was really funny. You're just lucky
Uh,
you have friends.
oh no, my stupid internet. Yeah, no, I mean, because the dude was his view on women were like as if they were our property. Oh, I hate that guy because he stole her from me. First off, bro, chill. Because for
Mhm.
one, I'm not trying to sound racist or anything, but based off of what he said, what he actually said, and based off of like her ethnicity, race, whatever you want to
Mhm.
call it,
Yeah.
that could come off as fucked up and racist.
Mhm.
Yeah, bro, don't say that out loud, especially in public. As a matter of fact, why am I even here? Um, he cried, and I'm pretty sure, and this is exactly what Ace, the guy that sexually assaulted the 14-year-old did. He would cry, he would threaten to commit suicide if people wouldn't drop what they were doing and pay attention to him.
Mhm. It's like in a way, it's kind of manipulating people.
It is manipulating people because he's trying to get somebody to fall for him.
Yeah, manipulating, gaslighting. The common attention
That's
seekers.
that's not how that works. I'm sorry, but this 22-year-old, I don't know who helped with their upbringing. Obviously, they fucked up. Like that's not how bonding works.
Yeah.
And you're 22, bro. Like you could like first off, the guy's built like a Roblox main character,
Build like a Lego man.
bro. Homeboy built like a mini fridge.
Did you see the one I posted on? Was it on part two? I
Oh,
said,
bro,
I
we
said,
read. Yeah, we read yours. We read all of them, dude. They were
yeah, I
all
said,
great.
I said he looked like a generic CAW from SmackDown Raw 2007.
He's built like a random character from Smack. Built like a creative character from Tony Hawk Pro Skater
From
on
the 20,
PlayStation One.
yeah, PS1, it's Dreamcast graphics.
Built like Nintendo 64 graphics. Built like a
PlayStation.
villain from Gumby. Old blockhead looking ass.
No, I should have put. Oh, yeah, the little blockheads with the G and the J and the side. Hold
They
up,
told this man be there or be square, and he never showed up.
hold on. I'm gonna post it because people will be like, "What the hell we're talking about?" Hold up. I'm gonna post that in the Discord. It's gonna be fucking funny.
Yeah, Bananas a Chomo. Yeah, Bananas a Chomo because he kissed. He was pulling a girl who was 14. We know that we had heard rumors about it, but we heard like we didn't have any evidence. Oh God, yes.
They're both the same photo.
So Banana was pulling this 14-year-old around the con. He was buying them gifts, like really expensive gifts that to the point that it was kind of like weird. Because it's okay to buy friends gifts, right?
Yeah,
Not when
yeah,
you're pulling them by the arm.
yeah.
Not when you're
Or
buying expensive. When you buy expensive gifts for a friend, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with buying. I'm literally raising money to help buy a friend of ours a PS5 because they don't have anything.
mhm.
We are raising money to get this person a PS5. Like the reason why I'm bald now is I'm not bald, but I shaved my head was because I donated my hair. I like giving back
Mhm.
because people help me all the time and I want to help. I like to pay it forward. But yeah, no, he was buying this individual like insanely expensive gifts. And she kept saying, no, stop. It's please, I don't want it. She kept
She
saying
said
no.
no. No means
And
no.
he kissed her. He kissed her, and she was 14, and she didn't even like guys. She was into girls,
Hmm.
but he didn't take no for an answer, and then he fucking forcibly kissed her, which is, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, sexual assault.
Hmm.
Spraying somebody with a bottle of Febreze because they stinky is considered assault. So kissing somebody by force is considered sexual assault. I mean, obviously, look, I'm just gonna put it out there. Obviously, this man doesn't have anything like herpes, but what if he did have herpes? Right? He could have given it to that individual. This dude, this guy though, he doesn't have it. He literally cried in a hotel room. He's never held hands with a girl. He's never had a girlfriend. He was dude. He cried for. He's like, I'm still a virgin. I'm like, oh, I mean, yeah, I kind of saw that. Yeah, that's what I said to him. Yeah, I kind of saw that coming. But this dude's older than me, and at the time he was late 20s. This guy's 40 now, or at least close to 40.
Hmm.
And we finally got the proof that we needed to talk about what had happened. There's somebody in the community that, uh, dude built like, why just like the way you said it, you made it sound like he's built like me. I don't look like that. Okay, the only thing me and that thing have, like, what is it, a walrus, a sea lion? The only thing me and that sea lion have in common is we're both brown. What can brown do for you? They're gonna steal the Mona Lisa. Homeboy's bananas built like a minion. Look, banana bread fucked up. Now they banana bread is trying to do the exact same thing that this individual might do. They want to come back with a mask, a different name, rebrand themselves. We can't allow that shit, right? As a matter of fact, well, it's a Texas thing, so I was going to pass it off to the Ravens flock, but they got their own issues right now. They're dealing with some crap, and that's assault. What is that second? What is that second word? Sonic is it's cornicon. What is that? Coronation.
Oh, that's correction. Correction.
Coercion. What is? I don't know what that means.
Coercion. There you go. Coercion.
Coercion. Thank you.
Yeah. Basically, it's the practice of persuading someone to do something by using force or threat. Basically, just threatening to do something.
Yeah, this
Basic
person
manipulation in
definitely
a way.
they pulled them around the convention, and Ace definitely would use suicide, mental health issues like depression and anxiety, and suicidal thoughts as a way to force people to do what he wanted, and that was drop whatever they were doing and pay attention to him. That's some narcissistic bullshit, and that pisses me off. You know why? Because there's people out there with actual, like, I don't know if he has mental health issues. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I don't give a fuck at this point, right? Because they used it as a weapon. There are people out there suffering from their mental health, from anxiety, depression. The people feel alone. They feel dark. You know what it's like to have suicidal thoughts? You know what it's fucking like to be there in that place, in that dark place? Like, you don't give a, like, you don't belong here. Like, it's not a cry for attention. What that motherfucker did was a cry for attention. He wanted attention. People gave it to him out of pity. He's a piece
Mhm.
of shit for that. Fuck you. Fuck you, guy. I know your little. I know one of your friends watches our show to report everything we say about you, so they can say this to you. Fuck you.
And this is talking about uh, Mr. Ace or
Yeah, we're talking about Ace. No,
okay.
Banana's a creep. Banana's not a manipulator. He's just a fucking creep.
Okay.
Banana, he pulled a he struck like the only thing he could do was drag a 14-year-old 190 pound, like this girl was only like 90 pounds or 100 pounds. He dragged her around with the column. That was the like that's he if he tried to manipulate someone his age, someone his size, someone on his level, like, or had this individual just been like maybe a couple years older, they would have kicked the shit out of him in the middle of the con.
Mm-hmm.
Banana's a bitch. But to the Ace, I don't know if you're watching. I don't know if you listen. I don't know if somebody's reporting to you. Fuck you. Piece of crap. You don't scare anybody, bro. You're built like a Minecraft character. You are built like a create a character from any fucking game that allows you to make your own character. You're built like an NPC from Sonic 06. And if you show up at San Japan, people are gonna know it's you. Because you are a blockhead looking ass. Built like SpongeBob without the cooking skills. Built like SpongeBob, but as dumb as Patrick.
So all right. So here's a comments that are pretty interesting right here from Fugitive Blake. Has bro not heard that cosplay is not consent? Like, there's so many pictures of those banners floating around. There's no way he hasn't seen them. It's sad to say, but we may just need to have them at every con now because this shit is just plain unacceptable and outright evil. You know, the sad part is every convention I have been to, I could tell you I've seen that sign so many times. Cosplay is not consent. And I can't tell you how many times people still, the fact that people still don't like follow that is insane. It's just bonkers to me.
Right. No, that's at every con I go to, but
Yeah.
this guy assaulted a 14-year-old. Like, at this point, Zen is over. Let ass kicking begin. This is some bullshit. We're getting to the point now that we should have a fucking sign that says stay away from people that are under the age of 18.
And the worst part sometimes too is like there's even people like hearing reports of this kind of stuff. Like, man, at this point, can you just make like conventions like 18 plus only, like every convention ever?
But that takes away from the
Right, and that's the thing. It takes away from it. Like, yeah, I don't feel like gatekeeping. You know what I mean? But
we are gatekeeping. We're keeping out the younger audience, and they deserve to have fun too.
mm-hmm.
That's like this asshole going to Chuck E. Cheese's, and now we got to ban kids from Chuck E. Cheese's. I'm not like trying to like talk back to you or anything, Sonic, but it's like I'm
yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, no worries.
I mean, my question is, I'm not trying to talk shit about Comic Palooza. I'm really not. So if anybody from Comic Palooza is watching, I do apologize. But where was security? Like, Comic Palooza has security at every entrance and like crack on the wall and like window. But I've noticed that they don't really have security inside the actual con. Like, where the hell was this? Like, where is the con security? By the way, there's an individual out there who sexted a 17-year-old. I know who the fuck you are. Fuck you too. Maybe it's Ace. Maybe it's not. Who knows? But you know what? Fuck him. And this person, Jesus Christ, like, what the hell is wrong with everybody? That's why that whole, 17 is the age of consent. Or, oh, she's 17, she'll be 18 in a few months. Like, okay, are you going to buy them a birthday gift? Or are you trying to, like, are you fucking grooming them? Because we will have a problem if that is the case. It's one thing if you're, like if you're their mentor and you're going to buy them like gifts and shit and you're encouraging them and you're trying to be a role model to somebody that's younger, that's fine. But if you're like waiting till the clock strikes midnight so you can start sexually romantically dating them, that's fucked.
Yeah,
especially because, bro, I don't know if you noticed, but it's a lot of people in their mid-20s. Always some asshole that's like 25, 26, 27.
Yeah, it's always those people, unfortunately.
17's the age of consent, bro. I'm gonna kick you out of your own hotel room. Did you know that? Like, oh, I'll call the cops. Call them, because somebody's gonna have to like break me off of you as I kick your ass.
I mean, if they're gonna
Crazy.
call the cops, they're calling the cops on themselves, basically. Especially if they find out what happened.
I mean, it's. Am I the like I don't know. Yeah, call the cops. Call the popo. Call one time. Like, and there's a lot going on in this community. I mean, there's different subjects to it, right? We have the Pokemon fans. Not all of them are bad, but there's like one or two bad apples that ruin it for everybody else. There's like there that's the reason, bro. I don't know if you realize, but a lot of these Ask a Cosplayer panels are now banned because of this fucking reason. Like because of the whole grown ass men going to these panels that are run by teenagers and then asking them very sexual questions.
Yeah, there's a lot of them like that. I mean, I can't tell you, especially though. I'll give you a recent example. People are like, "Oh, what are you talking about? I never seen these." Yeah, there's some for My Hero, there's some for Spy Family, and there's some like basically any hot like anime that's going on, like Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm like, most of these main characters are like high school level kids.
Isn't like didn't people like somebody had lewd art? What is the name of the main character from Wreck? I know. Before you say Ralph, it's not Ralph, but from Wreck and
Oh,
Ralph,
Vanellope.
Vanellope, right? Somebody like made lewd art of that character.
Hmm.
I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
And here, so in the comments, I also like to know how many responsible adults are actually walking around at cons because 9 times out of 10, it's super obvious that when someone of that is that underage, like did anybody at the con notice it?
Yeah, because at one con there was a Loki cosplayer. I don't really know who it was, but they're not around anymore. They were flirting with like one of the staff members' daughters,
Hmm.
and she was 14. And security jumped on that jackass so quick because we kind of throw him under. So when we saw him talking to that kid, we like told security right away, "Hey, by the way, they're talking to so and so's daughter out there, and that guy is uh he has said that he's trying to get lucky tonight, so you need to do something."
Yeah.
And they like got on his ass so fucking quick.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, Vanellope is like 5, I think. I'm not sure.
For a 5 year
Uh,
old, I don't think she's
kids shouldn't be
five.
banned from conventions because literal adults can't keep their hands to themselves. Chomos will still sell people on and off the con, adult or not. Heck, there are some chomo and grimy, creepy voice actors out there. I'm not going to say that name and that one and that one. And okay, yeah, I'm not saying the rest of that because there's names involved. Yeah, no, it's crazy, right? Like colossalcon was doing a wristband for people that are 18 plus.
Hmm.
I think that is the right idea. You should have
Yeah.
wristbands for people that are 18 and 21 and up.
Hmm. Yeah, and luckily it's in like in a bright color, so you'll know exactly it's them. It says age verified on it, so it's
Yeah,
green.
that's such a great. We started doing that for Delta for if you wanted to drink it at our panels. Not it wasn't we weren't sanctioned by the con, but we started doing it for the con. Like, hey, if you have this wristband, that means you're 21 and up. That means I won't kick you out of the karaoke panel when you're drinking. And the con liked the idea. That helps make things so much easier. And we check the wristband too. If it looks tampered with, you're not allowed to put it on your own, right? You can't put
Yeah.
it on yourself because you can put it to where it's loose enough to where you can slide it off and slide it on someone else's hand. No. And if it looks tampered with, if it's torn, crushed, we need to see your ID identification one more time so we can reissue another wristband. The whole and we actually check it like but yeah, we there's a lot that we did that I think a lot of cons should start adopting, honestly, because it makes a lot of sense. It's a lot safer. It works better. Anime Monster this year did that as well. The wristband thing, I mean, it was awesome. And most of it was 18 plus art, was sanctioned off and hit. See, at least even Matsuri's getting their, like, when it comes to that, they're getting their shit. Even why is it the,
Of all conventions,
of
Matsuri
all,
is doing something
yeah,
correctly. Ironically, doing something convention.
right. Out of all the conventions that we have messed that we talk shit about, like Matsuri's doing that shit as well. They don't want to deal with that Chomo bullshit.
because they already have enough. They already have enough. Like they already have their feet on top of the fire already. Enough.
That's right. They look. There's investors. I ran into one of them who was a friend of mine because this is back when I used to be cool with Matsuri's staff. I ran into a buddy of mine. He was an investor for the con, and his foot has a date with their ass when it comes to lawsuits.
Mm-hmm.
So Matsuri's not out of the fucking blue, and like this isn't about like yeah. So if Matsuri's doing that shit, what does that say? Like because I heard that Amat got a new owner, so it's probably that's bullshit.
Anime Matsuri.
Yeah, Anime Monster doesn't have a new owner. It's bullshit. Yeah, there. That's not. It's not real. It's not true. I can 100%. They might have an investor involved, or they might be selling, but they haven't sold it yet. The convention has a lot of red flags attached to it, and a lot of debt. So if they were going to sell, they would have to. They're probably going to find an investor and give them like a 5%, 10% ownership of the convention.
Yeah, they would. They'll probably like they all have to like go through hoops and all that just to approve it and all that stuff.
No, yeah, a step in the right direction, but still not out of the woods. They are so deep in that fucking forest. They might as well become Bigfoot because they are never coming out. Yeah, no, Anime Matsuri is. I mean, let's. If you guys see something fucked up going on, say something. You know how many of my friends have gotten drunk at cons that I had to like escort them back to the room just to lay them down because they were puking?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you see somebody fucked up, drunk, help them to their room.
Please.
Somebody's alone, they don't have a buddy, somebody to keep an eye on them. Hey, they okay? Yeah, they're just fucked up. I'm taking them back to the room because if I don't take them back to the room, they're gonna ruin my weekend. Like, you can tell right away when someone's genuine because they sound like pissed, like fuck this person.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because they're your friend, right? But it's like, God damn it. But yeah, no. Chomo Ace. The rumor is I have no confirmation because they are no longer rooming in the room they were going to originally stay in. But the rumor is they will be at San Japan this year. Even though they canceled, they let everyone that still supported this individual know that they were canceling. There's still a rumor going around that they will go to the con.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, F Ace and F Banana Boy.
Banana boy, banana bread, banana pudding, banana split, Captain Potassium, banana licuado de plátano, banana shake, if you know Spanish.
Do the banana shake. Do the Harlem shake.
Yeah, there is an individual out there right now. I don't have any proof, but we can talk about it in the Discord because I might have some tea. But yeah, there's another cosplayer that was sexting a 17-year-old. What the hell is up with these people, man? What the fuck?
I have no idea, man.
And this individual is around our age.
What the fuck? That's a PDF file right there.
Yeah. And they're semi-popular.
Oh,
God damn it. What can this shit stop? And then me and you literally stop talking to someone just because there's no confirmation. We don't know this is true. Maybe we're overthinking it. But there was somebody we used to like, I don't know about Sonic, but I used to talk to on a regular, not regular, I guess, whatever. They are now like they adopted like a teenager and now they're because they met him in like an adult Discord. I'm like, that just sends all kinds of red flags. What the fuck?
yeah.
What is a 15-year-old doing in there?
That's what. Yeah. First off, what was a 15-year-old doing at an adult? Like you're kind of setting yourself up for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you might not have ill intentions, but the way it looks just sends the
Mm.
wrong message.
Yeah.
No, it's crap. This and it's crazy. Like people, okay. So here's the thing, guys. This is not none of this is new to the community, right? This is something that's been going on for years. It's just that the internet made it more visible,
Hmm.
and because the internet is such a it's a tool used to help and make a difference. But the internet could also be used for evil, right? There are people legitimately out there trying to destroy the lives of others.
Hmm.
Like fuck this person, fuck this. You know, people going through nasty breakups, domestic abuse, all that kind of shit. Like there are people. There was didn't we know somebody that like abused? Oh, this one I can talk about because it is public knowledge. This person went to prison. They admitted it, and now they're trying to act like they're the victim. There was an individual that went by the name of Shadow. They were
Yeah.
invited.
Before you ask, no, not Shadow the Hedgehog.
No, yeah, not Shadow the Hedgehog, but I'm not going to say their real name, but I will say their cosplay, their stage name,
They go by
Shadow.
Shadow. Yeah.
And they used to hang around a certain LARPing group at a convention in the Houston, Galveston area. Not saying which con, but this motherfucker, if you know, you know, stunk. They never wore deodorant because their excuse was, I'm allergic to it, therefore I can't wear it. And I was like, they do sell alternatives.
Yeah. That sounds like somebody who would say, "Oh, I'm allergic to latex, so I can't. Therefore, I can't wear condoms or something like that." I'm like, those alternatives.
I do know, I do know a female that is allergic to condoms, but it's funny because there is alternatives even for
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
There is alternatives. It's kind of funny that you brought that up. Uh, no, but this person is also a piece of shit. This individual was
Shadow.
caught and arrested. Shadow, not Shadow the Hedgehog,
Hmm.
was arrested for prostituting their girlfriend.
This did actually happen.
This was all over the community like six, wait, 10 years ago?
Yeah, it's about to be 10 years ago.
It's in 2 years, it'll be 10. It was 8 years ago. Yeah, you're right.
Hmm.
8 years ago. This was all over the community. We invited this individual before they went to federal prison, which by the way, they did go to federal prison.
Hmm.
I think they're out on like parole or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. I wasn't paying
Yes.
attention.
Shadow.
Not once again, not to be confused with Shadow the Hedgehog. Uh, they they admitted it, and they're like, "Oh well, you know, if you're my real friend, thank you for sticking around. If and for all you fakers out there for abandoning, you abandoned me, you left me high and dry." He's like, "You guys are fakes. You're not my real friends." I'm like, "Bitch, you sold your girlfriend for money to have sex with strangers. You have no fucking you do not have the right to ask for sympathy. As a matter of fact, you should get your ass kicked." I didn't know any of this shit was like I wasn't like I knew this person. We would talk. We weren't like besties. We weren't stomping through the club because first off, he stunk like that. You could smell him around the corner. But as soon as I found this out, I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm not gonna support this person. Fuck this
Hmm.
dude. Fuck this bullshit. This is the only time we'll actually mention a name because for one, this is public knowledge. You can look it up on the internets. They were found guilty in the court of law in front of a jury of their own peers. There was enough evidence to convict this individual. It's not like he got a mistrial, which he believes was the case. He admitted too, like, oh, I made mistakes. I'm paying for my sins. If you're with me, you're with me. If not, then get the fuck out. I'm like, bitch, why don't you get the fuck out? Because this person is trying to come back to the community. This is an example of people that do stupid shit and try to come back to the community because they want a second chance.
Yeah, for
But
something he did, no excuse.
no fucking excuse. Hold on. I was an anime matsuri. My friend who is a minor, I'm 18, was getting hit on by this dude in his mid 20s. Was it? who we're talking about? Not Shadow, but the other guy. We're not gonna say his name, but is it Chomo Ace? She even told him her age, but he kept talking to her. He also like touched her arm. He was drunk, but he wouldn't leave us alone. I had to fully get my friends out of there. Then after AMAT, he texted her saying, "I'm sorry, I didn't realize your age," but continued to text and have a full on conversation. I told her to block. That sounds like who we're. That sounds like the subject matter of our podcast.
That does.
Yeah, that does sound like their mo. Talking to why, why talk to so many goddamn? Well, like, is there? It's like I'm trying to wrap. Like,
It's a lot of process right now.
dude, like when I was look, I like when I was 21, I talked to a few people. Like I was connecting with them, right? But they were like
Hmm.
older than me.
Yeah.
Like somebody, nobody can make it make sense. I mean, I was about to ask that, but nobody can
At
ever
this
make it
point,
make sense.
yeah. Uh,
Like banana peel's guilty of the same bullshit too. Oh, for like what the hell? Do they think they're easier to impress? Is that the case? Like, what the hell's going on through their heads? Like, did they not date anyone in high school? Maybe they're still stuck in high school.
Safe bet they probably did.
I just, I don't get it. Did we miss any comments?
Oh, we got some here. So, Chinko says, "How they going to play victim when they admitted and went to prison? That makes
Yeah,
no sense."
yeah, that's like this is an individual. So here's the thing, and we invited Shadow to come on the podcast years ago. This is back when the podcast was pre-recorded. And like, hey, we want to invite you for an interview. We're going to talk about some stuff. And they're like, okay, they agreed, right? So they had one of their handlers message me. Okay, we need to go over a list of subjects and questions. Okay, yeah, not a problem. They sent me a list of things they just did not want to talk about, and then they sent me a list of things that they did want to talk about. Let me tell you something, bro. I sound like fucking Vince Russo at that point. Uh, I almost shit my pants in anger because that was pissing me off. Like, we weren't allowed to bring up any of the. We weren't allowed to bring up the trial, the act, like what was going on. None of it. Nothing. We weren't allowed. I wasn't allowed to ask any negative questions. I had to ask him like positive questions, something that made him look like a good guy to the community, like pretty much like cleaning his slate for him.
Yeah,
And I was like, yeah, that's not happening. This podcast is not happening anymore. As a matter of fact, it's canceled. Eat shit.
because that's not what this is for. This is a platform we're addressing. You have to address basically giving you a chance to address all that.
Yeah, I even made a post announcing like, hey, Shadow's not going to be on the podcast because we couldn't come to an agreement to which subjects would be touched and wouldn't be touched. I'm not doing this to paint them like a saint. I'm not here to clean. I'm not here to fix their reputation. I'm not here to help them get forgiveness, right? No,
Mhm.
that's not what I want to do. That's not what I'm going to do. They can kiss my ass. And like that person's like, well, I thought we were friends. You're like backstabbing. I'm not backstabbing. Like, first off, like me and you are like, we were cool, but we weren't like, I wouldn't say friends is a strong word.
Mhm.
Like, we knew each other. We wasn't buddies.
Just an acquaintance.
Like I wouldn't even say acquaintance. Like, I knew who you were and we talked. We would say hi to each other. Like, would I would I defend your ass? Fuck no. But like there are a lot of people who like I've witnessed someone, this individual, make bullshit up about people all the time because this person is crazy, for to say the least.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say the name, but one of our friends shared a room with them, and this person just lost their shit because they're used to getting what they want, right? Because they're pretty or good looking, right?
Mhm.
and they're just used to getting whatever they want, and they didn't get what they wanted, so they started saying all kinds. Like I was like, they started making up like bullshit and like all kinds of crap. And I know it was fake because they flat out also admitted it at one point. Because drug is a hell. I mean, I'm sorry, alcohol is a hell of a drug, especially if you're drunk and stupid. You're gonna say all kinds of crap that you probably don't want people to know.
Hmm.
And they admitted that they were trying to destroy our friend's reputation because they said no to them, and that's not what they wanted. They've said so much shit about so many people in the community. It's fucking insane. But uh I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up there. It's been about 2 hours. I want to thank honest seriously guys, we cannot say this enough. And I know we said it earlier. Thank you everyone that came into the Discord and made the victims smile once again. That meant a lot to them.
Hmm.
That y'all came together and roasted this guy that's built like PlayStation 1 graphics. It meant a lot to them, meant a lot to us. We appreciate everything. But this is our regular podcast show, so we're gonna plug in our socials. Sonic, you are first. Go ahead and plug in your social media.
Okay. You could follow me on Instagram. I am Super Saiyan Sonic. That's my Instagram. From there, you can find my link tree in my bio. And my link tree, that's where I have all my other socials like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. You could please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to work on some videos right now. And yeah, and just if you see me, say hi. Don't be afraid to. And also, I don't know, a little bit of a news here that after months of anticipation, the Sonic 3 is finally getting a trailer and it's dropping tomorrow morning.
Hey, I will not watch it while at work. Wink, wink, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Damn it. All right. All right, guys. If you haven't already, join our Discord for the shit posting. We're not just roasting one chomo. We're roasting the entire flock of them. Birds of a feather fly together. Is that what that saying is? Something like that.
Yes.
Something about going in the deep fryer, fry. Something about chicken sandwich. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. So yeah, join our Discord, shit post, talk shit about these individuals. If you have anything that you would like for us to talk about during the podcast, let us know. Tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Wednesday, we're doing the Ministry of Otaku interview. We're going to find out what makes this individual tick after the controversy of confronting that Tifa cosplayer at Anime Matsuri about the fetishizing uh, lolly equals pedophilia. So that's going to be interesting because a lot of people, no one's actually taking the time to talk to him. So we're going to find out what makes this person tick. Because, I mean, sure, y'all can roast the shit out of him. We don't really, it's not really our thing. You guys are more than welcome to roast them in the Chomo chat, but we want to find out what's going on. Like, what was the train of thought and why do that? Why put yourself in the spotlight like that? And to be the joke of the internet after that. All right, guys, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Please hit the thumbs up button if you're watching. Please hit that thumbs up because it helps with the YouTube algorithm. Please, 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 and thank you. I will love you forever. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed because apparently 60% of our viewers are not subscribed to the channel. And follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook and Twitch. We'll see you guys Wednesday. Peace.
Yeah, you guys, see you guys later. Take care. Stay safe out there. Please.